Hey everybody, this is my 125 gallon tank, and ever since my Ctenopoma catfish died, my Ctenopoma acutirostre has never been the same. It's just a really reclusive fish now. It used to be out and about and outgoing all the time, and now it just hides and does the sort of faux leaf fish thing. It's not a true leaf fish, but it is called a leaf fish under common names, and it behaves a lot like a leaf fish despite not actually being a leaf fish. And right now we can kind of make it out through the glare and everything. It really is back in there just kind of hanging out and hiding, and when they don't want to be seen, it's really hard to see them. So it's been recommended by a few different people that it needs some sort of larger fish to act as a dither fish. Now, I'm not necessarily sure if that's the role my catfish played, because the catfish wasn't necessarily an outgoing fish either. It wasn't shy or reclusive, but it spent a lot of its time just chilling out and doing not a lot of anything. I've also got this fairly large snakeskin gourami in this tank, and I would tend to think if this Ctenopoma was looking for a fairly compatible sized fish or some sort of dither fish, that gourami would serve the purpose. And then of course I've got this big school of rainbow fish swimming around that should certainly give it, you know, the sense of security that it doesn't have to feel like it needs to hide. So I'm not so sure if the dither fish theory is going to work, but just in case it might, I've been kind of thinking about this for a while lately. How would that angelfish look in my 125 gallon tank? Angelfish are so easy to catch. I can just pretty much catch this one probably with my bare hands if I wanted to, and then swap it over, put it in that tank. If it doesn't work out, I can catch it right back out. You know, it's not like I'm contemplating moving some of the loaches from one tank to the other. And speaking of loaches, that's another reason I'm considering getting the angelfish out of this tank. I noticed that my skunk loaches, and in particular my Angelfish loach down here, really seem to harass this angelfish, and not in any kind of way that I think the angelfish is in genuine danger. They're not bothering it like they're trying to nip its fins or anything, but it really seems like it's just annoyed by the loaches, and the loaches almost seem like they're teasing it or something. They swim alongside it, and they sort of, I don't know, if they were puppy dogs, I would imagine they were sniffing and, you know, rummaging around and sticking their nose up underneath the fins. It's almost like they're trying to groom it, or they're looking for parasites on its skin, or they're just trying to annoy it or something. And it really does annoy the angelfish. I see it kind of chasing the loaches around the tank. And again, you almost get the impression that the loaches are doing it because they're bored and they want something to do. But the angelfish really does not like it. So I'm not so sure if that wouldn't be a good idea to switch them over anyway. Just why not? You know, I've got room in the tank, so we could have that angelfish in this tank, and I think it would look absolutely fantastic. It's already got the black and the gold, you know, the silver colors, so we've got a lot of the natural earth tones, but still we've got some nice bright color going on in there. I think, you know, thematically it would work. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a try, I think. So we'll call this the before part of the video. We'll go ahead and make this a before and after. I've already kind of decided I'm going to do this. So let's go ahead and do this. And give me a minute and we'll see what it looks like here in the tank. Alright everybody, this has been really interesting to watch. The rainbow fish absolutely see the angelfish as a predator. They don't know what to do. Ever since I put the angelfish in the tank, the rainbow fish have all been huddled in a really tight school down at this end of the tank. The angelfish went into hiding at the far right hand side of the tank for about a half an hour or so. I got in there and fed the tank. The Ctenopoma came out, kind of checked things out a little bit. The snakeskin gourami has been kind of swimming around checking things out. everybody's sort of on edge. They're not really sure what to make of the fact that there's a new fish in the tank, and it's, you know, a large new fish. When you just look at the size of its fins and everything, these rainbow fish have no idea what to make of that thing. So they're a little sketched out. But I don't think anything in the tank is actually going to be an issue for the angelfish. And I think once the rainbow fish realize that the angelfish isn't a threat, I think that they'll calm down too. I don't think this is going to be a regular thing. If it continues for more than a day or two, maybe I'll get in there and I'll pull that angelfish back out and separate it again. So the shark doesn't seem to be bothering it very much. The Ctenopoma doesn't yet seem to be interested. It has come out, as I said, it swam around a little bit. Of course, now that I'm shooting video again, it's gone back into its regular hiding place. I think my voice booming into the tank kind of puts it off a little bit. But that's the main feature of this video. I know I said this video was going to be about my Ctenopoma, and in a way it kind of is, because the whole purpose of putting an angelfish in there, in theory, is to get the Ctenopoma to be more outgoing. I don't personally think it's going to make any difference one way or the other, but that angelfish looks really, really good in here. I really like the way it looks. So as long as it settles in, and there's no issues, and nobody fights, and nobody nips at anybody's fins or anything, as long as the rainbow fish calm down, and they're not constantly stressed. And they don't look overly stressed now. It's not like their colors are washed out or anything. They look fantastic. They just, you know, kind of scatter away when the angelfish comes near them. And even that seems to be settling down as we stand here. So now you get an idea of what I'm talking about as far as the colors on the fish, just sort of blending right in with the earth tones and the oranges and the reds, and it just looks great. I'm really, really happy with this so far. So there you go. We can still hope it will have an impact on my Ctenopoma, and that maybe we'll get to see the Ctenopoma coming out and about a lot more. It's a really, really cool fish. It's a shame we don't see more of it, and hopefully this will make some sort of a difference. But again, I'm not really getting my hopes up or counting on it. There's the Australian rainbow fish that got broken up from the pack, or the school I should say, and went down to the other end of the tank, and it finally made its way back now that the angelfish is drifting around. So maybe that fish is going to have to take a little more time to get used to the angelfish being in there. So alright everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one. Don't forget, this one here is my 125 gallon tank, and I'll see you real soon in the next one.